Listen now, my beloved, not with your ears, but with your soul. There are times when heaven is so near to the ground that this is one of the divine truths that even the wind carries. Moments in which I, your God, fashioned you while you were in your mother's womb, counted I'm communicating straight to your heart with every hair on your head. Now don't miss this, because I'm calling you with tears in my eyes and in love. You have overlooked the subtleties in my eyes for far too long. Indications, hints in your nightmares, and the unsteady sensation in your my warrior and holy messenger, Spirit Archangel Michael, has been attempting to. He has been hovering over you while you were asleep. Through symbols, he has stood at the threshold of your suffering and called out to you. Feelings in individuals are delayed by numbers, yet you have dismissed his voice as a coincidence. This isn't coincidence. You have to stop running because this is a holy quest. You have been called for something, so stop acting like you don't hear the pounding at your spirit. Larger, something eternal. Your recent feelings of sadness are more than just feelings. They're the reaction of your spirit to the weight of unsaid truth and unseen presence. Neither Michael nor I have given up, even when you screamed and believed even when you bemoaned the quiet. I didn't hear you were there, was giving me signs, and I cried even when you laughed to cover up your brokenness. You now have an even more pressing issue. Now that there is another voice, I implore you to widen your soul even further. Your mother, the person you loved, is reaching out from the opposite side. The person you still think of quietly is the one who once held you and consoled you. Hours since yesterday, she has been attempting to communicate with you, not out of fear, but rather because, in the realm of my splendor, love, she has patiently waited to send you this message. And for the time being, I have allowed it. This is not. The difference between imagination and fantasy is holy, and I desire that you handle it with respect. You've been feeling like your mother is trying to tell you something significant. Deep level, but you continued to repress it since you believed it was only my. No, my child, it was. She appeared in your dream and hovered next to your bed. When no one else was around, she caressed your cheek through the wind that blew across your face. She was not far from you. She was just concealed from your. She is attempting to convey to you that you are not alone in your confronting. She notices the weight you've been bearing. She has witnessed the financial betrayals, loneliness, and confusion. She is aware of the spiritual dryness you've been under, hanging on by a thread, and she is even more aware of the fact that someone you believed was close to you has been lying to you. You may be sure that I allowed her to view what you. Was it not possible for someone to use your generosity as a weakness? You've been feeling uneasy because someone has been playing with your emotions. You have feelings for them, don't you? The warning sign of paranoia is discernment. Heaven, your mom wants you to quit putting your faith in them. Blindly, they are dishonest, and until you leave them alone, they will. Michael has been standing by your side, ready to defend you with his sword drawn, but you have to let things happen and decide to obey. This communication is not being sent out of curiosity. Rather, it is being sent because I, the Lord, your God, am extending my protection because of the days that lie ahead. Carry weight decisions and doors that could alter your fate. You're at a turning point, and I need you to take a moment to listen, breathe, and let your soul. Let my voice be heard more clearly than that of doubt, more clearly than that of fear. Compared to those who continue to silence your destiny, which this world has attempted to bury your calling, but I have only just begun to work with you. Yes, there are blessings that are waiting for you. I don't think you deserve it, but I'm not a blessing-giving God. I bless you based on your self-belief because I love you, and I adore you so much that I would send you this message while others would ignore you. Even if you haven't prayed, I still love you enough to call your name. Weeks, I care about you enough to ignore your diversions and scroll through your bring about this holy disruption. But I must let you know, the waiting period is coming to a close. The door that has repeatedly been closed in your face is ready to open, but no more unless you move through it mindfully. Self-deception. Stop acting as though everything is all right when it's not. Don't give your heart to those who are only going to exploit you. Your brightness, I made you to soar and lead, not to be used. Sever the bonds of generations. Your family has a long history of suffered in silence while feigning to be in pain. Strength, but you are the one who breaks cycles, my child. The strain has been on you since you are the one in your family who has been selected to change everything. So enormous, which is why the assaults have grew, which is why you felt so isolated and misunderstood. However, here is the reality. Never spent a single moment alone. Heaven has been keeping watch on you. Someone has whispered your name in the angelic courts. Your tears have been counted. Your suffering has not been in vain. Now pay close attention, for you are going to meet someone who has the power to transform your life. But they are not coming. They are included in my plan at random, but they won't show up when you are among people who are taking advantage of you. You have to make space. You need to purify your home on an emotional, spiritual, and you already know who it is that physically depletes your soul. For months, I have been whispering about them. As you leave, you feel bad, but that guilt comes from Michael is prepared to wage war on me because of manipulation on your behalf, but angels can't defend something you don't release yourself from the deception and misunderstanding. Pure love is something that you deserve. Clarity regarding your mother's message, you deserve the truth, serves as both a warning and a consolation. She is pleased to see you and appreciates your efforts to remain tough. She is aware that you have cried when no one else was there, and you have glanced at her photo, observing. She heard what you said, even if it was only in your heart, and she wants you to know that every time you think of her, she's nowhere far away. A recollection, a moment of intimacy heaven has permitted her to approach. She says, I'm okay because your soul needed it. I'm not in pain anymore, I'm free, but please don't blame me. I'm worried about you. Please pardon yourself. You were never the cause of... You were always my joy despite my hardship. Let go of the guilt. Give up worrying about the future. I'm with God now, and He has demonstrated to me His love for you. Yes, I have given her hints of your future, and the reason she's grinning is she sees the breakthrough coming and knows what's coming. She recognizes when things will turn out well for you, but you still have to get through this next. The moment when you finally feel like you've been picked. The moment when you give up searching from the perspective of those who have never understood how to love you. You've noticed recurring indicators, numbers, names, and surprising tunes delayed, unexpected dreams. And these aren't simply weird coincidences. These are indications that Michael has been planning divine alignment. And this is your last message. Don't wait for further confirmation or request more. Evidence. This is it. You have to do it today. Select the option to think that heaven has been preparing for your... It's wise to cut off contact with those who steal and just provide fleeting comfort. your lasting tranquility. Decide to respect the opinion of your mother who has eternal vision, chooses to make me your God. Rewrite the tale you believe to be finished because I am aware of the betrayal you have experienced. I am aware that you have had to endure heartbreak and smile despite it. More than anyone should, but I'm turning things around, I swear. I'm sending real support and lifting the burden around. Not the type that act as though they care but then vanish when you need them. I'm sending help that has been anointed by God. Lasting, but even if it's only temporarily, I need your heart to open. I need you to say yes, but not yes. Religion, not in accordance with the rules, but yes, I want to be protected and cherished once more. Once more, I agree with letting go of the hurt and allowing your mother's spirit to. She has been waiting for you to get it so you may rest, knowing that you finally listened. I've been waiting for Michael to wait it, and the moment has come. Don't put this off. You don't need to comprehend it. Right now, just follow the pull in your spirit. Get in touch with me by calling my name. I'll react more quickly than lightning and fill your heart with clearly. I'll let you know who you may trust and who you should avoid. And you will remember this moment when the blessing arrives. It began here with a message you nearly ignored, as you will recall. However, didn't you know that you are loved? Observed. You're not insane. You're not. You are mine, and you are not alone. Cursed. And I, your God, never forsake the people I love, my dear child who is reading this. My repeated calls to you are not random. Rather, they are the result of divine planning. And once more, via the indicators in your life, the whispers in your heart, the unexpected ideas that come to you during peaceful times, yet you frequently dismiss them. Archangel Michael has been sent to you without recognizing that I am the one attempting to contact you. He stood next to you in the corridor more. He was at your door as you were sitting there, just as you were about to say the thing you've been keeping to yourself. Unsure of what to pray for, they sobbed on the floor in solitude. When I attempted to message you, he was there whispering, "Open this." However, you continued to browse, skip, and assume that there would be another opportunity, another moment, another day. But the time spent with children is shrinking. The line separating what is seen and what is not is becoming thinner. It hurts to watch you, and I have a message for you that I can't put off any longer. Don't ignore the signals your spirit is trying to tell you to understand. Now, once more, I speak in the voice of the heavens, and you will hear me. Envelop and awaken you, someone you cared about whispered last night. Your mother, yes, your mother who is your name from beyond the veil. You silently contemplate whose recollection is attempting to reach you. She has been given the opportunity to convey a message that has to be heard. She stood over your bed, crying, after waiting until you were asleep. You woke gently in your sleep, your eyes beckoning to your soul. "Tell my child I am still here," she said, without realizing the solemn visitation taking place next to you. Here, let them know they are not alone and that they need to exercise caution. When someone around is acting like a child is listening to me. The person you trust the most at the moment is obviously wearing a mask. You think they care about you, you think they support you. They speak and smile for you in public, but their motives are conflicted. Kindly in private, they divulge information about you that they would never dare to expose. Tell you directly that I have not forgotten this betrayal. Your mother in heaven is aware that she attempted to caution you, But your heart couldn't perceive her because it was too busy with pain and diversions. Presence. She pleads with you to listen, but you continue to question why things. Why do you feel as though your blessings aren't aligning with you? Weird loop. You feel like something significant is about to happen. A breakthrough, something unexpected, something bigger than yourself living, and you're correct. Close, but it hasn't yet come into contact with your hands, since I won't put a sacred item in an area where poison is still present. That close friend is tainting your path with jealousy and distrust. Archangel Michael stood in your way, subtly sabotaging home last night. He raised his sword and stood close to the doorpost at home. He turned to face the person who had grinned at you earlier that day. Enough! He then sobbed, not because he was weak, but because of the weight of the work at hand, as eliminating this individual from your life will result in discomfort. But a child's brief suffering is preferable to a lifetime of dishonesty. You must realize that I have selected you. You may believe that you are just like everyone else, yet you are not. Heaven noted your name at the time of your birth. Light. There are deviations on your current road, but it's still alive. Ends, I have not deserted you or left you to fend for yourself. Blindly, the voices around you that don't understand you are the source of your bewilderment. No longer have a place in your life, but clarity is, I'll clear the cloud from your eyes soon. Do you recall that unexpected sensation? Feeling uneasiness or shame after sharing anything with that someone? That was the warning from the Holy Spirit, and that was me. You are opening your heart to someone who looks at your shortcomings rather than use them to fortify you and your mother's child. Oh, she was allowed to speak by approaching heaven because your journey now calls for ancestors' strength. She endured hardships on your behalf. Even though she was exhausted, she continued to pray. She also made mistakes, but in her, she pleaded with me to keep you safe even after she passed away. Death, I complied with that request, which is why you're still alive. Because others didn't, you've survived nights you didn't think you would. Make it, but she's noticed something that you can't. She sees a shadow of someone you trust surrounding your steps. She notices that the hand that appears to be supporting you is concealing something. They're back, she pleaded with me for a single item to deliver her child a message before it's too late. Thus I've composed this through the wind, through your heart's silent speech and the pain that roused you. Yes, that was last night at 2:34 a.m. She said, "My child, please check," at that precise moment. Your heart once more. Take another look at the person you believe is with you and ask them. One quick query. Observe their facial expression. Observe them and ask, is there anything you need? Rather than accusing them. To tell me. Then remain silent. Their response will show. Never assume that this is a vague prophecy. I am truthful. I am not ambiguous. Sincerely, your distractions cause this communication to be delayed, but I've slowed down everything else in your life to force you to stop and read this. After reading it, you'll notice odd things in the days ahead, someone will unintentionally bring up something they shouldn't have known. Someone will make a mistake and say, they said they had never heard anything about you, and that's the unwinding of the I'll tell a falsehood to let what's concealed come to light like oil on Michael, the water archangel, has been told to move before you. A door that has been locked for years is suddenly being opened, but the condition is as follows, child. You have to quit defending the person you know is bad for you, and let go of the one you know is gradually depleting you. You need to quit disregarding the indications I had positioned just in front of you. Do you recall the day you asked me in tears? To relieve your suffering, that prayer wasn't forgotten. Here's my response. I won't only cure you. You've been putting a lot of effort into your life, so I'm going to reveal what's bothering you. Apply a bandage to a wound that's someone continually reopening, and I'll reveal their actual face, but once you see it, you have to promise me. You won't return, so don't play with holy. Don't hesitate. You are standing on a hallowed platform. Even the angels are currently observing and keeping their breath, for everything changes the moment you accept the truth. Confusion will vanish like wax, and the benefits you've hoped for will pour in like a river. Prior to the fire, and your mother's tears will become joyful music in the skies. She frequently stands where you sit because she misses you. When you're feeling particularly lonely, she goes for walks with you. When you smell that familiar perfume, she gently nuzzles your heart. When a memory suddenly rushes back to her, it's for no apparent reason. That's her? And I'm the one who trembles when you read this today, verifying her existence. Your name is recognized in paradise. Your laughter is captured on video. Your tears are recalled. Your suffering is not disregarded. Your path has not been. You're not late. You're not canceled. Damned, you're just waking up right when Every delay was divinely orchestrated. Every heartbreak was allowed, every stillness to be a form of protection. Get ready, now is your time. A door is opening. A falsehood will be revealed. A truth will be revealed and blessed, my kid. The blessing is more than you could have imagined. Archangel Michael is fighting for your mother, so pray for her. It has been declared by me, your God. Completed, but don't miss this last moment, youngster. Once more, as this message is not for everyone, including you. It's not for your buddy, neighbor, it's for, if necessary, read it again and allow it to sink in. Allow it to transform you and burn away the distractions. Allow it to accomplish its intended purpose and soften your heart. Do awaken you to your own self and what I am about to perform in your listen, pause, and open your spirit. This message is for your soul, not just your eyes. In one breath, it bears the burden of eternity and the anguish of your unspoken remarks from the mother, the need for immediate divine intervention. The intense pain of heaven wants to bring you back before it's too late. You are going to. There is someone who smiles in front of someone you can't trust. But behind your back, she curses you. Your mother's spirit has awakened because she knew so strongly, which is why the sky shook last night when you were asleep, and you didn't understand Archangel Michael was sent to step in and stop. Your God claims that trust is a trap that you were not made for. Grief. The woman who gave you life is not someone who was made to be exploited. She is crying as she observes what you do from the corridors of light. She is unaware of the snake that is creeping around you while wearing charm and friendship, and she's calling your name in the hopes that you'll simply, you see, but you've also been too broken and hurt. Numb. You choose to ignore the symptoms because you fear their indeed, but God says you have to face them now because of what will happen in the next 3 days. Will change how you live the rest of your life. You consider the significance of this moment for the angels are there, which is why you get shivers on your skin. As you read this, your mother's voice echoes in your head because her spirit is. She wants to warn you, so she's pressing near. She wants you to know that despite her best efforts, she has been unable to communicate since your heart is encased in distractions. What you refer to as coincidence isn't random. She was attempting to console her with that unexpectedly familiar aroma. You vaguely recalled that dream in which she was attempting to communicate. However, because your soul was blocked, God permitted this message to last straw before an unavoidable event occurs. She witnessed the treachery developing. She noticed the tears. You will weep until you take a different course. She now saw the contract, the decision, and the secretly scheduled meeting. Without your knowledge, someone is using your name while feigning to stand by you, but is recording all of your conversations with someone else. Your heart is being charted. Similar to a battlefield, your allegiance is being noted so they can twist the knife later. But God says when one of God's beloved is led into heaven, there won't be any silence. Deceit. Archangel Michael is ready to cut while standing in full armor with his sword in hand. Removing the spiritual influences that have impeded your ability to distinguish. However, you have to decide whether to keep ignoring the divine. Will you ignore this once more, or will you recognize that this is your? When you first woke up, God was patient and saw you cry. He witnessed your solitude and the need to project strength while you were. He witnessed your efforts to keep the family together even if no one expressed gratitude. The land has been irrigated by your tears, and now the seeds of divine restitution are emerging, but the adversary is aware that something positive is on the horizon. He has attempted to implant a fake near your heart because of this. Someone who laughs with you but pretends to support you yet is envious of your spirit, mocks you in private. Your mother witnessed it in a dream that she received. She cried in heaven since she is unable to interfere solely to indicate that you need to pay attention right away. This message is a scream from eternity, a portal, a crossing, for you to... You were not made for this, so quit disregarding what heaven is telling you. Uncertainty. You were made to be clear. The person you are all the time, the one you pray for all the time, is the one who is defending you and taking your peace. This is not merely a spiritual issue. Someone is working against your blessing. This is personal warfare. Through the same genetic patterns your mother once had, there are ancestral vows attempting to renew themselves. Suffering because she perceives the attempt to repeat past. In your existence, and she prays to God, don't allow my child experience what I did. That request was answered. God, you're reading this because your home has felt, your thoughts have felt weighty, and your sleep has been disturbed. Cluttered. It's spiritual, not a coincidence. God claims that you are destined for a breakthrough, but someone is tying your heart to the incorrect soul that God is now divorcing you from in an attempt to block it. Phony relationships, but it hurts to be apart. And since God knew it would hurt, your mother's spirit was released to console you. Let go of those you once trusted, yet they are unable to enter God's presence. Isolation is necessary for your elevation. You have to learn something else from treachery. Your mother was the person you lost. She is living in the spirit world and has never really left. Keeping vigil over you while you pray silently and move through the designated divine breezes. She has a message for you, and she is protecting you. My child, I did not abandon you during this holy release. I've seen your tears and understand your troubles. When nobody else is aware that I attempted to contact you, I murmured to you yesterday, but you were too busy. You've supported everyone else so well, but now I see you breaking, and I can't keep quiet any longer. Those around you aren't. Please believe what you feel deeply, regardless of how things seem. Don't suppress your inner spirit in order to maintain harmony with those who are engaged in conflict. I'm with you in your destiny, and I'm praying for. Please don't disregard this and don't just walk into. I prayed to God to send a message about their plans. And this, does your mother know something about you? Don't miss it again. Someone is feigning loyalty just to get together, don't you think? Facts. Because of this, your name continues showing up in discussions you were never welcomed, which is why those you believe to be on your side have become oddly. Words are being used to influence them from a distance. Distorted, but God is now intervening to make all lying. Every mouth that has turned against you is going to turn against you. All fake witnesses will be revealed if they remain silent. However, you have to keep your peace and avoid those that make you feel uncertain. About if someone consistently makes you doubt who you are. If someone reminds you all the time, they are not your friend. Of your shortcomings but never acknowledges your progress, they are your adversaries in concealment. If someone leaves you wondering about their feelings for you, that's. Your mother notices that it's manipulation rather than affection. She wishes for you to be better than what she went through, and God wants you to be better than you're not. Being honest about what you're settling for. You're being warned that you're not paranoid. Getting too worked up. You're waking up. This is the when you quit ignoring it, move the crossover. As you read, you can feel the tears welling up in heaven. These are affirmations of your soul. Is aware that your spirit is identifying the sound of don't scroll beyond these words to hear God's voice. Don't let this be another message. Don't mute it. You skip it because it's too emotional or lengthy. No, your soul has been waiting for this message. This is the breakthrough archangel, the intervention your mother hoped for. Michael has been put in charge of watching over your rehabilitation. Heaven is now bending in your direction, and your mother's voice is, God is not far away. He is fighting for you, crying with you, and beckoning you to return to the protection of his will. You have 72 hours to do as your heart already knows, so let's go on a walk. Say no, cut the tie and remove the get in touch, cancel the plan, and head back to the peaceful area where the voice of God is louder than human opinions, and something is going to shift, but you must listen first. Don't skip. This is a divine rescue, not a message. Please don't ignore me again, your mother adds after you've finished speaking. Amen.